Alright.
I'm wearing a pink shirt.
Hello, everybody.
I'm wearing a pink shirt.
He's really proud of himself. I have pink hair. By the time this video, no, it's way brighter than your shirt.
Pink is pink.
Way brighter than your shirt. By the time this video goes up, my hair will already look different because this is a process that I'm doing on my hair right now. And so it's going to look different when it's all over. But I'm vlogging today, and I'm not vlogging for any happy reason, and there's nothing fun going on. I'm actually vlogging for a sad reason and a frustrating reason, and because I want to share something with people that I wasn't 100% sure I wanted to share. But after going through this experience, I think I want to tell people to do what I didn't do, if that makes any sense. So, some of you already know my videos have kind of been lacking on my channel. I look like hell.
I disagree.
It's because he's a good boyfriend, he has to disagree. It's been a rough couple weeks. So 6 weeks ago, I went into the ER. I had major pain on my right side. They did a blood test, and they told me that my enzymes were all wonky and that my white blood cell count was all wonky, and that it was most likely my gallbladder. And they were going to do a CT scan, not CT, they were going to book an ultrasound to confirm it was my gallbladder, and they were going to book surgery to remove my gallbladder, because once they have it confirmed, they can just take it out. So I was like, okay, that's not the end of the world. They put me on Tylenol. They gave me prescription for Tylenol 3, which I didn't take because it messes with my medication. But I took extra strength Tylenol and Advil, and I was taking that pretty regularly for about 3 weeks to try and deal with the pain. Then I went in for my ultrasound, and that wasn't such a big deal. I've had multiple ultrasounds. I've been pregnant twice. You get used to them. And my first ultrasound was pretty routine. 15 minutes in, came out, went and sat in the ER, waited for the results. The doctor came out of the room and came up to me and said, we're going to send you for another ultrasound. I spent a lot of time in hospitals. Logan was really sick as a child, and Paxton went through a bout of like 2 winters of being constantly sick. I always know when like they repeat a test, it's never a good thing. So my second ultrasound was an hour long, and they were concentrating mainly on one area of my body, and I knew then that like they had found something, I didn't know what yet. So I go back to the ER and I find out that it's not my gallbladder. My gallbladder looks fantastic. Yay, that's great. Actually, after I found out what it was, I really would have much rather it been my gallbladder, because that's an easy fix. They take it out, you're good to go. You move on from that.
They can still take it out.
My gallbladder?
No. Well, they could do that too. Your other thing.
Well, we don't know what the other thing is.
They could take it out.
You don't know. Alex has these like ideas that he's a doctor.
Just take everything out.
Just take it all out and it'll all be better. So
what's this thing do? Who knows?
What it is it's a what?
Pitch. You pitch it.
Pitch it? I thought you said a bad word.
No.
So basically,
I would never say a bad word.
Basically,
especially not on camera.
What has happened is I have a 2 centimeter lump on my liver. And that's shitty, and they don't know what it is. From all of the images that they took, he handles like stress by making lots of jokes. So if you hear him, just ignore him. It's his own way of coping with it. So basically what the doctor said to me was, a lump is a lump, and it's one of 2 things. It can only be one of 2 things. So it's either a tumor, which is the scary one. And it's not even, in all honesty, I've kind of brought myself to a place now where that isn't all that scary for me, because just because you have a tumor doesn't mean it's cancerous. But we'll get to that point in a second. It's either a tumor or it's a cluster of blood vessels that has created a lump on that part of my body and would need to be removed. Granted, it's my liver, and your liver is a regenerating organ, so it's not the end of the world either way. But it brings out other fearful complications, like if it's a tumor, is it cancerous? And that's like the big scary C word. And for most people, it's like never even a question. Like they get cysts and lumps and all that kind of stuff all the time, and they don't even think twice about it. They just have it removed, and so be it. But for me, cancer runs in my family. It's my aunt had brain cancer at a very, had brain tumors and then cancer at a very young age, and my godfather had testicular cancer, and so there's a lot of people in my family who have been directly affected, and so it becomes almost more of a red flag for me, and something that I would have never thought. Like, I thought I would have gotten diabetes long before I got cancer, and I hate to even say that because I don't want to ever have any illness that's going to be like long-term and super effective on me, but essentially that's the truth. Like, I didn't take super care of my health in my older years, and I was severely overweight, and now I'm back overweight where I shouldn't be again, and I don't eat very well. So if anything, I thought, you know, I would have diabetes, and I was already insulin resistant. So the next step after insulin resistance is type 2 diabetes. But I thought for sure I'd get that before I got anything else. So long story short, essentially now is what we know ineffectively is that I have a tumor. Well, that I have a lump. We're still calling it the lump. I'm headed into the hospital today. That's why I decided to vlog today, because they're going to do a CT scan. And for those of you who don't know what a CAT scan or CT scan is, it is where they put essentially, they call it contrasting dye. It's radioactive is what it essentially, from what I've been told, is what it is. But it's contrasting dye, and they can either inject it, or depending on the type of CT scan you're having, they either inject it or you swallow it or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. Literally, we are just headed there now. I'm not excited about any of the above possibilities. I hate needles. I hate IVs. I hate drinking gross crap. And none of the above sound like a potentially...
Gross crap is, of course, the technical term for the contrasting dye.
Well, no, like when you are pregnant, you have to do a gestational diabetes test, and they give you this like orange liquid that's like syrup, and it's supposed to, like, it's like Gatorade. No, it is not. It is like sugar, orange sugar. It's disgusting.
Sugar water.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's one of my least favorite things in the world, and I had to do that test 3 times. Twice with Logan, once with Paxton, because Paxton's came back positive right away. So anyway, we are headed to the hospital to have a CT scan done. And I'm not going to know anything today, essentially. Like, the results will get forwarded on to my doctor, and then my doctor will call me, and then we will know. Logically, at this point, because I can't allow emotions to, like, affect me. So, logically, the way I'm viewing this is very simple. I have a lump, and that lump is either going to be a tumor or not a tumor. And then, once we figure out that step, this go all the way straight. The next step is to have it biopsied, which is...
Let you off in all parts?
No. The next step is to have a biopsy, which is another test that I'm super not excited to have, if I have to have it.
Fine.
Oh my god. He's a good driver. He literally just, like, do you see me bump into the curb? Yeah. Because he's a great driver. This is why I don't let him drive anywhere, ever. Let's go. So, long story short, we are at the hospital. So, let's go through the steps of what this is. So, if this is a lump, and it is essentially a blood vessel cluster, then what happens is they remove it because they have to, and that's a surgery, and that's not the end of the world, but I'm really not a fan of surgeries. If this is a tumor, then if it's a tumor, then they have to biopsy it, which is another test that I'm like super not excited to have. So let's hope it's not option B, and then once it's biopsied, we'll know if it's cancerous or not, and then we'll deal with that when we get there. So yeah, it's a pretty scary point in my life. He was trying to copy me, that's how I sneeze. Didn't work. They're gonna sneeze again. In this light, you can really see the orange bits in my hair, which I really like. Anyway, so here's I'm vlogging this, not just for me to remember it and to like experience it, but to tell people to go get tested. Especially if you're Canadian, there's no excuse. Are you done?
I think so. A lot of American plans also have, you can get preventative testing done and it's covered. So I'll look into that if you have...
I don't know what that is.
Insurance.
What is it?
Preventative testing.
Preventative testing. I don't know. If you have insurance in the States, look into your preventative testing allowances.
I know my mother has something like that where you can get a scan every 5 years.
Yeah. So I have, in Canada, everything is free. So you just go to your doctor and have them ultrasound all your organs. They'll see lumps in an ultrasound. It's completely an invasive test. So important for you. And invasive. Completely invasive test.
Non-invasive.
Same thing.
Okay.
It's the same word. Okay. Okay, so now that we're fighting over the word, if you live in Canada and you have free healthcare, or if you live in the States and you can get an ultrasound for free or cheap, do it. Go to your doctor and have them order an ultrasound of all of your major organs. It takes like 25 minutes. It is completely non-invasive.
Yeah.
And you'll know if there's anything going on in your body that you can't see and you don't know about. It just gives you a really good idea of what's going on inside, and it gives you opportunities and options for how to fix what's happening, if that makes any sense. Anyway, we're headed in now, so I will vlog after.
Bye.
So I'm home and I'm in bed now, and it sucks, not gonna lie. Oh, that's not a good shot. If you've never had a CT scan before, don't. So they had to poke me twice, one there and one way up there. They did the upper one first because it hurts less when you go higher up on your arm. And my vein collapsed, so they had to put it here. And then you get put into this room, and they hook you up to this machine, and then they get you to practice your breathing so that, like, essentially you don't like hyperventilate. And then they say, okay, we're gonna inject you with a dye, and they tell you that, like, when the dye goes in, your whole body's gonna feel really hot. It's gonna start at your throat and it's gonna go all the way down, and you're gonna feel like you're peeing, but you're not, so don't worry. And it's because they have to warm the injection stuff, like the contrast dye, because it's too thick. If it goes in like regularly, it's too thick to go through your veins, so they have to warm it so it's really thin, so it runs through really fast. So you literally feel like your like whole body is burning from here down, like it's like a whoosh, and it's about 2 minutes before that feeling goes away. And while you're doing this and feeling that, you have to like go through this big machine that spins, and yeah, it's definitely a scary process. So I snapped when the lady... Hi, baby. You want to say hi? Paxton's coming and say hi. Watch my arms. Careful. No, no dog pile. Mommy has owies. Come here. You say hi. Oh, what's that? Is that your owie?
Yes.
Can I see it? We need to put cream on that.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to put cream on that. Can you get me Melagel, please? That's really dirty. His cream, his fingers are. Yeah.
No.
Lie down. Say hello.
Did you see his palms?
That's the one he's. Yeah. Come here.
Say
hello.
Mama.
No, say hello.
I got cream.
Yeah, I got a big owie. Yeah. So now I feel like crap, and I'm lying down, and I'm gonna attempt to take an afternoon nap, and then hopefully when I get up, I will be feeling better. All right, it is the end of the day. Like, it's late. It's almost midnight, I guess. I'm just heading into bed. Look at this horrible hair here. It's awesome. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys the bruises because this one's not so bad. This was where they actually put in the IV, the second hole. But this one's just beautiful. Yeah, that's like literally not even 12 hours. I bruise so badly, it's ridiculous. And it's funny because I play roller derby and I don't bruise playing derby, but that's a beautiful, beautiful bruise. Anyway, I feel like crap, so I'm going to bed, but I wanted to update you guys on how I was feeling. I'm feeling exhausted, and I still have like this really gross metallic-y taste in my mouth. They told me that that's normal, and that it's a part of like doing this stupid test. So yeah, and I finally posted on Facebook about it, so it's not such a secret anymore, which actually made me feel really good, because I kind of feel like it's something that I've been not like sharing with people, because you know, you don't want to share information until you know what's happening. And then I told Logan today too, which was a big thing, and he's actually just getting ready for bed, and he said that if it's cancer, that the doctor's better. What did you say?
I said, if it's cancer, the doctors, you better find a cure.
Yeah. But we don't know what it is, and that's what I told him. And what did Mommy tell you about worrying?
Not to worry.
Yeah, we don't worry about things that we don't know, because it's like a waste of your time. It's like, you know, let's say you think to yourself, I'm going to get hit by a car in 30 days, and you spend the next 30 days worrying about getting hit by a car. And then at the end of that 30 days, you don't get hit by a car. Then you just wasted all of your time worrying about getting hit by a car, and it never happens. So we don't worry about things until they happen. He wants me to check his teeth. 1 second. No, I can still smell Dorito.
How?
Did you brush your tongue?
Yeah.
Okay, breathe and smell it. Do you smell Dorito? Anyway, I'm crawling into bed. The air conditioner's on. It's very dark in my room now. I am wearing a tank top. I know it doesn't look like I'm wearing anything, but I'm crawling into bed. And I will maybe vlog tomorrow. We'll see how I'm feeling. Good night, guys.